Kamusta kaibigan? This is Daddy JP and I would like to welcome you. And of course, thank you for joining me today. I would like to honor my wife, for the amazing work, the amazing sacrifices she does for our family. She is really a wonder woman. There's no doubt about it. And dahil dyan, I would like to share with you three life lessons that I learned by being married to this amazing woman, which helps me become a better father. This is Balik Bayaning Tatay. So lesson number one, I often assume that I know a lot of things about my wife, no? Actually, I assume na alam ko lahat ng tungkol sa kanya. Uh, it's been a mistake to think that she is no longer a mystery. That because I have known her for what now, two decades now, almost 2 decades, and I thought I know how she thinks, she reacts, or her habits and moods. What I failed to realize, in fact, that marriage is is actually the only time that the mystery is being unveiled. In our Filipino culture, 'di ba, there's a saying that goes kapag kasal na kayo at nagkasama na, dun mo palang malalaman talaga ang tunay na ugali ng asawa mo. I think I missed the wisdom of this old saying because in my arrogance, I thought I know my wife already. And because of this, we had fights and misunderstandings. When I make decisions, I assume kaagad that she agrees. And so we argued and then we have a fight. I know I could have avoided a lot of these situations if I was humble enough to admit that my wife is still a mystery until now. That marriage is actually an unveiling of your spouse, and it's a slow and sacred process that should be approached with patience, humility, and understanding. So that's one of the first lesson, and I think the same is true with fathering. Oftentimes I assume na I know all there is to know about my kids, especially my daughter Shaani. She's 10 years old now. Yung bunso namin, Gabriel, he's just 5 months old at the moment. So medyo innocente pa siya. But right now, I would like to focus on my daughter. With time, her interests, her preferences, her emotions, temperament, talagang nagbabago. Dahil nga siguro bata pa siya. And her development is really more fast-paced than compared to adults. And especially for an OFW father like me, mas mahirap kasi at times we can only spend time talking 20 or 30 minutes a day, no? Through or pag talagang kwentuhan talaga, pwedeng umabot ng an hour. It's a bit challenging really to know more about her at such a short span of time. I think this is one of the things that I really need to work on, yung I really need to sit down and talk to her, know know her interests, really listen to her and understand what's going inside her head. In the end, children are not just clays that need to be molded, but they're also like mysteries that we need to unravel and unveil so that we could understand them better. And that would allow us to lead them more effectively. Second, I love making my wife feel special. Even when nung nililigawan ko pa siya, when we were in college, even though I lack funds, it doesn't stop me. And I continued doing that until we got married, and had our daughter. I would send her flowers, I would send her food and other stuff. So, when there's an occasion, just to make her feel special. Um, but then I stopped. Not that I stopped trying. It's just that I became preoccupied with other things, and I thought she will not miss any of it. Yung mga dati kong ginagawa. I still buy her gifts, but that no more dramatics, kumbaga. So one time, I apologized to her because I did not buy her flowers for a special occasion. So all I did was I just wrote a nice post in her Facebook account, And she said with all honesty and without any grudge, okay? It's okay, it's not important, sabi niya. Besides, sanay na ako na di makatanggap ng flowers, no? Kung para sa kanya, wala yun. But for me, it's like a slap. Para akong sinampal talaga. Then I realized it has been years, no, more than a year, since I sent her sent her flowers. Yes, I love my wife. I love her more than ever. But over the years, I became complacent. You know, yung unconsciously thinking that the things that I have done before, you know, yung mga romantic things that I done before, I thought that was enough to sustain our relationship, no? It pained me to admit, but I realized I unintentionally shifted my priority. It dawned to me na if I can be complacent in my marriage, I can do the same thing with fathering, with my fatherhood. Personally, I think complacency or sa Tagalog is yung masyado ka ng kampante. It's the downfall of all great relationships. You know, as social beings, we hate complacency in our relationships as much as we are prone in doing it. Diba? And to be honest, at times I fall in this trap when it comes to my daughter. There are times kasi na marami siyang pinagkakabisihan, and it's so easy to fall to the trap na okay, mukhang busy naman siya, di ba? Kamustahin ko na lang siya, and then after nun, okay na yon. I forget the times when we had good talks over the phone, through video calls, when she tells me about her day, when she tells me about her drawings, her animations, you know, and the story she's writing. I forgot the look in her eyes when she tells me that she misses me, and that how she wished that I'm there with her to hug her. Those days when we share a good laugh over a corny joke that I tell, or when I wake up in the morning, no, pag nasa Pinas ako, I have a habit of waking her up, you know, playing an upbeat music, you know, and then gigisingin ko siya, and we dance like crazy with pure abandon. Actually, those moments are really very precious to me, and there are times that I forget about them. I become complacent, you know. I become more focused on the things that actually matters less. As fathers away from our families, does not mean we have to leave our relationships through chance. You know, yung parang we're just hoping that everything would work out okay. Now we're hoping na okay, we provide for their needs, padala tayo, or give what they want, yung sapatos sa gusto nila, or yung cellphone na gusto niya. And then we hope that everything would turn out okay. But we can't, you know. We just can't. Unfortunately, we need to consistently connect with our family. We need to consistently connect to our wives. We need to consistently connect with our children. Actually, I encourage not just OFW fathers, but all fathers out there. You know, we really need to every day work on our connections to our family, our connections to our children, because with all the distractions in the world today, di ba? With all the influences by society, they could be easily be taken away. So let us ask ourselves every day, how can I be a better father? How can I love my family more? How do I make myself and keep myself relevant to the lives of my kids and my wife? So third lesson, say my wife can attest to my annoying habit of proving myself correct, you know, kahit sa mga walang kwentang argumento. I cannot count how many times I hurt her feelings, you know, dahil I was so stubborn and adamant. Yung pag nakikipagdiskusyonan ako sa kanya, in certain times mga napapaiyak ko siya talaga. Now I try to be more understanding and more generous. Pag meron kaming hindi pinagkakasunduan, I stick to the truth that our relationship is more important. It's more precious than proving myself correct. But of course, when it comes to pivotal decisions, life-changing decisions, of course, I will stand firm. But now, I try to do it more lovingly and more charitably. Yung hindi laging parang nakikipag-away ako. And actually, and oftentimes we end up agreeing when we approach things like that. So yes, I try to adapt the same principle with how I love and discipline my daughter. If I tell her off, I try my best na to explain why is it wrong, and kung bakit mali yung ginawa niya, and that I listen to her explanation, and agree to a solution or to an action. Yes, children needs to be disciplined. Definitely, I agree with that, and even punishment at times. But I believe this can be done with love and with charity. Ika nga. So that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me, and abangan nyo po yung susunod na episode because I have a very special guest joining me, and I'm sure this person's insights will be interesting. Again, this is Daddy JP, and always remember that we are all called, and even dads away can be heroes today, and that is us. God bless you.